First, I'd just like to make the point.
Guards Parade came to life on June 14, 2025. Their bearskin caps and red tunics create a striking image against the summer sky. In a moment of solemn pride, the Coldstream Guards, commemorating their 375th anniversary, trooped their king's color, a regimental flag presented to King Charles III. The royal family processed from Buckingham Palace, and the cheers of the crowds mixed with the steady beat of drums as they lined the mall. But something was simmering beneath the glitz and glamour, something that would change the story of the monarchy. King Charles's decision to accompany Queen Camilla in a carriage parade at the age of 76 was influenced by his continuous cancer treatment. This was a permanent departure from his horseback riding days, which he last continued in 2023 while riding Noble, a black mare that the Royal Canadian Mounted Police had given him. But Prince Edward, Princess Anne, and Prince William mounted their horses, their military garb gleaming with medals and gold stitching. With the regiment's green and white plume adorning his bearskin cap, William rode Derby, a horse that had formerly been a gift to Queen Elizabeth II in his capacity as Colonel of the Welsh Guards. In her royals and blues costume, the Princess Royal was a picture of power. As she skillfully handled Noble's occasional unrest, her medals caught the light. With his poised salute, Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, who was a Scots Guards colonel, completed the triumvirate. Afterward, Catherine emerged from her carriage with Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, looking stunning in a cream Amelia Wickstead coat dress. As a tribute to her position as their colonel, the brooch of her Irish Guard shone. However, nobody could have foreseen the honor that would soon be given to her. Princess Anne is the epitome of power and competence among royals. As demonstrated once more for Trooping the Color 2025, she is still among the monarchy's most talented equestrians at the age of 74. Noble, the same mare who ran against King Charles in 2023, became agitated as the procession neared its climax due to the volume of the audience and the clamor of 300 musicians. However, Anne's calm grasp and tiny change of reins made her unstoppable. She restored Noble's composure with steadfast attention. Observers of the royal family were astonished. "This woman did more than just ride," she said. The scene that would steal the show had the ideal preamble. A silence descended upon the Horse Guards' march when the Coldstream Guards stopped to display their colors. A moment of silence for the victims of the terrible Air India jet tragedy was conducted by King Charles, who was seated in his carriage. A catastrophe that killed 241 people, including 53 Britons. The royals' outfits were draped with black armbands, a solemn homage that anchored the day's grandeur in collective sorrow. But Anne grabbed the opportunity during this delay. Rising on her stirrups, she spoke to the nation and troops in attendance live on BBC One in a clear and determined voice. The crowd erupted, their cheers reverberating along the mall as she said, "I am honored to appoint Catherine, Princess of Wales, as Marshal of the Monarch's honor to represent the Crown in ceremonial salutes to our regiments." She was accompanied by His Majesty and the Household Division. Standing next to King Charles on the dais, her cream outfit gleaming in the sunlight, Catherine looked briefly dazed. Her kids grinned proudly as they watched from a nearby balcony. With a wide-eyed smile, Prince Louis dismounted and walked to Catherine's side like a seasoned rider to formally accept her new position. The gesture was straightforward but impactful, a public demonstration of Catherine's fortitude and composure following the announcement of her cancer remission in January 2025, barely 5 months earlier. The Marshal of the Monarch's honor, then, is precisely what? The title, which was just developed for 2025, is a brilliant example of royal strategy that successfully combines contemporary and traditional. In addition to her current responsibilities, as Colonel of the Irish Guards, Catherine's job as Marshal includes representing King Charles in ceremonial salutes to the Household Division soldiers. This role carries a great deal of symbolic significance, indicating confidence in her capacity to represent the monarchy's ideals internationally. The appointment highlights Catherine's ties to the regiment's legendary past and serves as a new emblem of her heightened stature. Based on the 375-year service history of the Coldstream Guard and the steadfast devotion of the Irish Guard, royal insiders speculate that Princess Anne came up with the title to solidify Catherine's position as a pillar of the streamlined monarchy that King Charles had in mind. Catherine was viewed by Anne, who was renowned for her straightforward style, as a leader who might unite the monarchy's history and future. Catherine was the ideal choice because of her experience with cancer treatment, her poised return to public life, and her quiet power as a mother and a queen. However, there was some controversy around the news. According to people close to Buckingham Palace, Queen Camilla was not contacted, which resulted in her being conspicuously absent from the procession. There were whispers of discontent in the royal fold as Camilla's place in a side carriage felt like a subtle degradation, while Catherine took center stage in the procession. The culmination of the parade was the real test of Catherine's new role. Catherine moved ahead as the Coldstream Guards passed, their colors lowered in deference. Her confident and clean salute was a graceful demonstration. As she paid tribute to the soldiers, her cream Amelia Wickstead coat dress flowed gracefully. Even King Charles, wearing a scarlet uniform with a black armband, nodded in agreement as the audience screamed. Prince William, atop Derby, briefly attracted his wife's attention with a look that conveyed pride and cooperation. It was a moment that, to royal observers, encapsulated Catherine's development from a princess under investigation to a leader deserving of admiration. When the royal family assembled for the Araflee Past, led by the Red Arrows in their 61st year, the emotions of the day reached their zenith on the balcony of Buckingham Palace. With her kids on either side of her, Catherine, who was now the Marshal of the monarch's honor, stood in the middle. Louis, 7, George, 11, and Charlotte, 10, all wore nautical-themed outfits. Their attire reflects the style of their mother. Specifically, Charlotte echoed Catherine's aquatones from her own outfit designed by Catherine Walker, a subliminal reference to their common style. The throng gasped at the fly past, a brilliant show of red, white, and blue, but the world's attention was captured by Catherine's poised gesture. Her presence served as a silent reminder of the day's momentous change, now enhanced by her new title. Trooping the color in 2025 was not always peaceful. According to royal analysts, Anne's daring choice to nominate Catherine without consulting Camilla shows her everlasting faith in Catherine's ability to lead. According to reports, Camilla, who has long handled her position as queen with tactful diplomacy, was taken by surprise. Her secondary place during the parade served as a visible indicator of her current lack of influence. According to insiders, Anne made a conscious decision, indicating that the next generation, William, Catherine, and their offspring, will be in charge of the monarchy. However, Camilla's exclusion from the decision-making process has created rumors of royal family disintegration, which runs counter to the public's perception of harmony on the balcony. This story gains depth from Catherine's personal journey. Her attendance at Trooping the Color was a triumph of tenacity, just 5 months after she announced that her cancer was in remission. Her role as Marshal was a stride into the future, but her cream Amelia Wickstead outfit and pearl drop earrings from Queen Elizabeth II were a tribute to tradition. Her gentle movements, her comforting pat on Charlotte's shoulder, and her mutual smile with William were interpreted by royal observers as indications that she had found her footing. Her kids also contributed, winning hearts with their well-coordinated ensembles and self-assured waves. The next generation of the monarchy is already beginning to take shape, as seen by Louis's gap-toothed smile and Charlotte's imitation of her mother's poise. The unsaid connection between Princess Anne and Catherine lies at the core of this momentous occasion. Catherine has long been mentored by Anne, the monarchy's workhorse, who helps her navigate the challenges of royal life. Despite being less well-known, Catherine's riding prowess and their mutual love of horses have created a bond that goes beyond social convention. In addition to being a calculated move, Anne had a personal reason for appointing Catherine as Marshal. Anne finds a reflection of her own commitment in Catherine, a lady who strikes a balance between duty and genuineness. Catherine was extremely moved by Anne's official acknowledgement during the parade as she strode to her side. Her eyes glistened as she accepted the honor. This was a moment that reverberated outside the castle. It served as a reminder to the populace that despite its grandeur, human relationships shape the monarchy. Anne shared a vision for a monarchy that changes while respecting its heritage, which was demonstrated by her faith in Catherine and her readiness to publicly elevate her. The carefully chosen color of the Coldstream Guards troop served as a suitable background and a representation of stability in the face of change. and Catherine personified such equilibrium as she saluted her firm posture. A princess who is both a symbol of advancement and a defender of tradition. Trooping the color 2025 will go down as a watershed, a moment when the future of the monarchy became certain. The title of Marshal of the Monarch's Honor is not merely a formality for Catherine. The declaration that the crown is prepared to change is audacious. Her quiet strength, her prominent position on the Buckingham Palace balcony, and her composed salute to the Coldstream Guards all marked a change in the royal narrative toward one that emphasizes relatability and resiliency. Once a young lady navigating the harsh scrutiny of royal life, Catherine has become a leader who personifies the modern goals of the monarchy. She is the ideal person to fill this new position because of her experience through cancer treatment, her return to public duties, and her unshakable dedication to her family. The heir is still Prince William, who rides high as a colonel of the Welsh Guards. However, Catherine's promotion places her in a position to co-design the future of the monarchy. The foundation of this new age is their partnership, which is clear from their brief looks during the march. The following chapter is about their children, Louis, Charlotte, and George. Their self-assured waves and well-coordinated attire demonstrate that they are already learning the values of responsibility and elegance. Like her mother, Charlotte exudes composure, which suggests that the Wales family will lead with cohesion and purpose in the future. Princess Anne plays a crucial part in this change. Her dominating presence, strategic intelligence, and equestrian prowess crafted a day that will live on in royal history. In addition to honoring a woman who has gracefully navigated personal adversity, Anne's appointment of Catherine as Marshal set the stage for a more dynamic, leaner, and closely bonded monarchy. Her choice represents a vision of a crown that maintains its relevance in a world that is changing quickly while striking a balance between tradition and advancement. Even in a realm of formality, human dynamics drive change, and the tensions, with Camilla, despite being whispered in palace hallways, only serve to heighten the drama. With Catherine and William at its center, this momentous and emotional event heralds the beginning of a monarchy that honors its history while looking to the future. The throng along the Mall scattered as the vivid trails of the red arrows faded into the London sky, but the excitement around trooping the color 2025 was only getting started. Numerous inquiries over Catherine's future and the direction of the monarchy have been raised by her appointment as Marshal of the Monarch's Honor. What responsibilities does this new position entail for her, and how will it influence the future of the House of Windsor? According to royal analysts, Catherine's title will mark the beginning of a period of increased responsibility, especially in ceremonial and military contexts. She already has a well-known presence at regimental functions as the Colonel of the Irish Guards. However, in her role as Marshal, she is ready to lead salutes at significant parades, such as the Senate and the King's birthday. As King Charles, 76, puts his health first while undergoing cancer treatment, her presence serves as a sign of continuity. She was just getting started with her cool salute to the Coldstream Guards, a sneak peek at a princess taking on a leadership position that might change the rules of royal decorum. But Catherine isn't the only one. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, her children, are becoming important characters in this developing story. They enthralled audiences with their synchronized nautical attire and self-assured waves at the ages of 11, 10, and 7, especially Charlotte, whose composed manner mirrored her mother's grace. According to insiders, Catherine and William are carefully educating their kids for public life by striking a balance between their royal responsibilities and a practical upbringing. While Charlotte's quiet confidence suggests a future role as a stabilizing influence similar to her mother's, George, the future king, is already attending high-profile events. Even Louis, with his wide-eyed smile, endears the family to the general public with a relatable charm. Their participation in trooping the color signifies that the monarchy is not only surviving but also flourishing, with a new generation poised to continue the tradition. The role of Queen Camilla is also called into question by the appointment. Speculation regarding her influence has been stoked by her marginalized role during the parade and her omission from the selection of Catherine as Marshal. Royal observers question whether this is a conscious move in favor of the Wales family. As the monarchy leans into its younger members, Camilla, who has handled her role with tactful diplomacy, may find it difficult to make her presence known as Catherine and William take center stage. However, Others say that she will adjust, concentrating on her patronage and quietly endorsing Charles even as the focus changes. Catherine's position as Marshal represents a larger change for the monarchy that goes beyond palace dynamics. With Catherine serving as its public face, Princess Anne's vision of a modern, slimmed-down institution is becoming a reality. She is a relatable yet inspirational figure because of her tenacity, which is highlighted by her cancer remission. Will she represent the crown in military ceremonies overseas and engage in foreign engagements? Could her position encourage new customs that combine the monarchy's history with a spirit of progress? The public is keeping a close eye on the seemingly limitless possibilities. For now, the communal memory is inscribed with Catherine greeting the Coldstream Guards, while her cream Amelia Wickstead outfit catches the sunshine. Her transformation from a young lady navigating royal life to a leader influencing its destiny is shown in this moment. The audience's applause, Princess Anne's faith, and William's pleased look all contribute to the story of Catherine's and the monarchy's metamorphosis. Which Trooping the Color 2025 moment was your favorite? Please share your thoughts, and keep checking back for more royal tales that show the true nature of the throne.